Luca Pretolesi,
Hey.
my audio brother.
Good to see you, Marek.
We are here at your digs and Studio DMI, the third generation of your recording studios in Las Vegas.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and everyone gets better every time. This one, I don't know how, if you're ever going to move again, how it would ever get any better.
We're not gonna move. We bought a building.
That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a very long time.
All right,
Yeah.
it's a relief to me as well.
Of course, and also the thing is this: it's hard to take a break for a vacation. Imagine take a break to move again.
Yeah.
No way.
Right, it's so disruptive.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so the Grammys just happened, and you have 11 nominations for Grammys.
So much paper.
But what happened? Is the Grammy Association prejudiced against Italians, you think?
I don't think they don't like Italians.
Yeah, that's it.
No, well, the thing is this. First of all, most of the time, my niche is dance music. So I'm like dance album of the year, dance single of the year, and it's competitive, especially when somebody outside of our circle, like Beyonce this year, it just submit for a dance song, you know?
Yeah.
But honestly, great for dance music to have Beyonce winning because that makes dance music even more popular.
Yeah,
It
legitimizes the catergory even farther.
it does,
yeah.
big time. And then let's think about it. I mean, there's like 1 million songs being released every year. I'm part of the 0.0001%, maybe another 0.0, of being nominated. So for me, it's an honor. It's a celebration. This year I had a blast. So the show is great, networking, and just like, I love it. I mean, again, be able to get nominated, it's a winning for me. So it's great.
And they give you something to wear, at least a
And the
medallion. Right?
I have so many of those. Can be like Mr. T. Next interview, I'll be like with all my medallion.
Perfect. Right on.
Yeah.
So and it was diverse. It was, you were outside just the dance.
Yeah. So
category.
So dance single mixing, dance single mastering, dance album mixing, dance album mastering, and then Mexican traditional album of the year.
Love it.
How about that?
That's great.
So, yeah. So I love it, and also I support a lot the Latin Grammy.
Yeah.
Which I'm blessed to have nomination every year. So when one of those Latin Grammy nomination go into the English one, it's always a big deal. So and just make music global. And again, the same way we think about it, how dance music is going now to the surface and be like mainstream, but now we see Bad Bunny being, album of the year. So I think we're going on a really good direction as far as like music being global.
Yeah, it is another form of language.
Yeah.
It is one thing that every human has in common, is that we speak, assuming that you have the ability to speak, and we also sing.
Yep.
All the cultures. It's very interesting. I'm curious about your work because there are a lot of engineers out there that have a very strong patina, a very strong sonic signature.
Right.
And so you go in sounding like, Pete Johnson, and you come out sounding like Pete Johnson gone through the producer that gives you that. And a lot of time that's a cool thing. Like you go to those producers because you want that element. But for me, when I listen to your work, there's always a lot more diversity. So how do you approach, someone brings you their song or their album, and how do you approach that and think about what you want for the end game?
Part of the evolution of mixing, dealing with pop music or dance music in general, the mixing process starting from the moment you sound design, the moment you start to design a kick and a bass and you start to do arrangement on the drums, you put in your mixing mindset into production. So my job is not to undo your mixing production decision. My job is to elevate that, or just to bring the refinement or be creative, but always with respect on your vision. Dance music is 100% production mixing one thing. So I think my skills is to be detached from the song, have an understanding of the producer vision, and just bring that vision really quick, to a reality. And sometimes I need to just educate the producer about what not to do at that point. And sometimes is stop listening your own song, go back to listen when I tell you, don't listen your rough mix, but listen your own song compared to other hits. Or are you going to play the songs on shows? Okay, great. Play a song before and after you eventually going to mix your song with. Or your target is like a Spotify playlist, build a virtual playlist throw your song with other songs that you want to sit as far as tonal balance, as far as like translation, but do it as a casual listening. Don't sit in front of the desk and look at the waveform. Just listen your music.
Okay, so take off their producer hat, and now they're actually somebody that's in the audience, and how it's emotionally connecting with them.
Exactly.
And I liked what you said. You said stop listening to your demo because often you get stuck chasing a demo otherwise, right?
Yeah, there is, I think, a psychological effect. You listen to your song 500 times plus, which is pretty easy when you start writing. You lose objectivity. You don't really know what you're looking for, and you start to pick things that only you're listening. You're almost like solo mentally. You solo parts of the song, which nobody will do it. I mean, you listen as a song, you listen to the emotion, you follow the story. You don't really listen the tambourine pen on the right constantly. It makes sense, right?
Right.
Yeah. And also want to feel that the engineer, especially in my case that I'm dealing with modern style of mixing, it's almost being between the listener, the engineer, and the producer. Be able to have the sensibility of a listener, but the understanding of the producer and the skill of the engineer. I think it's a combination of those three things.
Yeah, and I'd say there's psychologist is in there as the fourth position.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But I also like what you said about put it in a playlist. So how does it stack up in a playlist? Because now you're refreshing your palette by listening to another song unrelated to yours. Then there's your song. Then there's something following it, whether it's like a club mix, like you said, or whether you're listening in your car or something.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.